Even got the gavel pad.
No, if we hadn't tried to clean out City Hall, I would have never found this. It was hiding,
About to order you one off Amazon.
it was hiding in the, okay, are we ready? Yes. Okay. There we go. Call this regular meeting of the Red Oak City Council to order this Tuesday, September 2nd, 5:30 PM here at the Red Oak Fire Station, located at 1904 North Broadway. Invocation by Pastor Gary Walters with Grace Baptist Church. Pastor.
Good to see y'all. Let us pray. Dear God in heaven, thank you for being our creator, the giver of life, the one who is always present. Your power and love and forgiveness are amazing. Lord, we thank you, as your word says, that your mercies are new every morning because you're faithful. Tonight, Lord, please direct our administrator and mayor as they go through the agenda. May our council members have wisdom and understanding of the decisions they need to make for our community and to strengthen it. Lord, may the leadership of our country acknowledge your goodness and strength. For those tonight who are experiencing losses and pain, bring to them that healing and peace they need in these hours. And Lord, may we look to Jesus, who is the author and finisher of one's faith. We pray these things in the name of your Son, the Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Brian, will you lead us in the book?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. Ashley? Bradley? Here. Bill? Right off.
Here.
Lester? Here.
Here.
Number 5, approval of the agenda.
I move to approve.
Right. Right off and Bradley. Roll call. Bill?
Yes.
Right off.
Yes.
Lester? Yes. Hebring?
Yes.
Bradley? Yes. Number 6 is proclamations and special notices. I don't believe we have anything. Number 8 or 7 is public comments. We do have a 3-minute. Nothing? Nothing online either? No. Okay. Number 8 is department reports, park department and pool. Georgiana and Adam.
Hello.
Hello.
So our pool report. So we finally have closed the pool. We had a really, really great season. As you can see, your pool report was in your packet. We were open for a full 87 days, which is the longest we've ever been open. We were open on the last day of school until just recently on August 17th. I cannot thank the water department and Adam enough for helping get the pool ready and for Lisa to help really spur that on. The biggest thing I think for us this year is that we came into the 21st century and we finally got a tablet and a square system. So that really helped our day-to-day operations. That was huge for us and also for accountability and to be able to track numbers. And then also getting an online pool pass system. So all really great things that are sustainable for the future. So that was all great. We were open every single day except for, it was less than 4 due to weather and it was very cold, like 56 degrees. When we opened in May, it was freezing. And then in August, we had a weird dip. The weather was really odd this year. Like it was hot and then it was cool. So had it not been for that, I think we would have been a lot more busy, but it was still really good. We had a full staff again, which I'm really proud of. My managers and I worked really hard throughout the year to get kids into training and then to get us fully staffed. Due to the shape of our pool, it takes a lot of staff to run our pool. If you don't know that, because of our weird angles and the slides are our different features. So even bare bones, it takes quite a bit of lifeguards, and we had a staff of about 35. So I think we were the only people in Southwest Iowa that was fully staffed, and I'm very proud of that. The YMCA already has their lifeguard classes for the whole next year, so I'm already working at getting kids into class. because that starts at Christmas. They're gonna do one then and one in the summer. So if you guys know of anyone, we have to get those kids into class now so that we're ready for the summer season. We had over 8,500 patrons visit, and the farthest ones being from, I would say, like Denmark and Germany. So that's always really fun. We had a lot of visitors from Omaha and Papillion, so that was really great. Swim lessons came back this year for the first time in many, many years. I think it had been 5.
At least 5.
At least 5. So that was huge. We did 4 sessions of group lessons, and then we did 48 sets of individual lessons. So this was our first year. The word really spread in Griswold. We had all those people come down, but I'm hoping if, when we continue to do this, they will keep being really busy. We hosted lots of pool parties, and during our pool parties, we also partnered this year with the Montgomery County ISU Extension and Outreach. And they came every Wednesday in June for Sprout and Splash, which was really fun, where people came to the pool, but then also we had this really fun like agriculture activity. So it's just a nice bridge to community partners. And then again, partnering with Altrusa to do books at the pool, which is always nice. So that's my report for how our operations went.
Yeah, and then, yep, I'm Adam, obviously, but we talked about the maintenance side of things a little bit, but first, the pool would not be the pool without Georgiana and her staff. Everybody she hires, her assistant managers, they are the heart and soul of that place for sure. And I know Sean and I are a little bit behind the scenes and stuff like that, but it runs so smooth day to day with Georgiana and her staff. You know, they have no problems calling us. We have no problem answering the phones on the weekends and stuff like that to answer the questions. Again, without her, it would not be running as smooth or as popular as it is. So I would just like to give her a round of applause.
And I want to add on to that too, Adam, and Janice, you probably remember this. So I can remember a couple of years back when we couldn't even staff them.
No, I mean, we couldn't,
That's right.
we barely got to open up the slide every other day for a couple hours. I mean, it was sad. At one time, we didn't think we were gonna be able to open it at
Yeah.
all.
And so, and I got to attribute it to you, Georgiana. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
you brought the excitement, you brought the enthusiasm, and now you've got a waiting list, right?
Yeah.
So
we do
good for you,
actually.
good for us. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep, and so just a little bit on the maintenance side of things, going over stuff, slides are still in good condition. Those get waxed, those get the seam sealed every year. We are installing a new fall pad on the family slide, so as you come off the slide, there's a soft rubber pad that is getting replaced. We've got it's in my shop right now. We'll replace it next spring when we go to open up again. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit reconformed, hopefully it's a little bit better science behind it so it doesn't pop up, or the two were kind of slid together. These are interlocking pieces, so they'll hold in together a little bit better with that. Rena Systems, they are our liner company. So part of the old pool is still the liner system. It's a PVC liner that is still in. The new part is all cement and paint. Rena Systems is coming out next week. They are inspecting a second that we had replaced after the renovation. We had an issue with a bubble last year. A little bit of water, a little bit of pressure came up, created a bubble. It didn't affect the day-to-day of it. We kind of just kept an eye on it. They're coming back. It really didn't come up this year again, but they're coming to inspect it. It could possibly be warranty work, but they're just gonna inspect it, make sure it's all good, and we're good to go. Like I said, we didn't have a problem with it this year, which was good. So we're just kind of hoping it was a fluke that we should have an issue with. The next couple of weeks, you'll see us out there cleaning, tearing down all the sunscreens. We'll winterize everything, winterize the bathhouse. We'll get everything cleaned up out there. The water is out of it now for the rental system for next week. And then, kind of like what Georgiana said, thanks to the water, wastewater, street, cemetery, all helping with the pool at some point this year. Whether it was in the spring, helping get it going when I was sick, was it on the summers, weekends, everybody had a little bit of hand in it. So I just want to thank them. So that's all I got.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Adam.
you, Adam. Excellent. All right. Number 9 is Rideau Chamber and Industry Association report to the city.
That's Jeff, that's gonna, thank you.
Well, first off, thank you, all for the support that you've given the chamber, continuing, that support, because without the city's support, obviously, we would be very limited on our marketing budget. I think you all are aware, in one way or another, you volunteered with the chamber on different aspects, different events and programming through the years, as well as attended a lot of these. So I'm not really gonna go over our calendar and the things that we do that way. Because it's been a while since I've been here for a report, I kind of went back this last fiscal year, and so for the city's sake. And that would have included Ragbri a year ago. We were recovering at this point still from Ragbri, so, and a lot of you all had been a part of that and touched different parts of, that huge marketing event. We still, hear back from comments from people who were here, whether they were a food vendor or whether they were a visitor or a rider. So it really did make an impact. And even though they've had their Ragbri for 2025, they haven't forgotten us, so. Our expansion and renovations at the chamber, with the boardroom, has come in handy for a lot of different meetings. I know Lisa has hosted some meetings, the mayor has had meetings there. Currently, it's being utilized by Baumgars for their hiring events, so it's been kind of cool to see, the different uses that has enabled for our members and for our community. Business promotions group, we continue to meet and collaborate. The magazines that I just handed out, business promotions and our marketing are looking through them. We're making the edits currently. Yes, Tammy handed them out at a recent board meeting for our board members to look at that. We're handling the edits, but if there's something that the city council would like to see added, a section and such, obviously there are lots of changes in here, since it's been 2 years. So, we're catching all of those and adding, and, you know, if a business is no longer existent or what have you, that's all gonna be changed. So I'm not looking necessarily for those edits, just any suggestions and things. Pictures are gonna be changed out. We've got a cool photo already selected for the cover, and I'm not gonna reveal that today, but it's coming. So it will be sent to print in December, so we know December's gonna be here before we know it. Most of you, I think, are already aware our website is our largest marketing tool, and our analytics proves that. I get a quarterly report. If I want a report after an event, Cassandra is very good about getting me the social media aspect, and Bo, the website. And our business directory is probably the largest that people go and visit, but also some of our drop downs with the history of Red Oak and just checking the website out overall. We continue to get lots of compliments on that website and all of the information that's there available. I mentioned social media. We all know how important that platform is for marketing efforts, and we do contract those services out because there's just 2 of us in the office, and that's all I would get done if it was up to us. So we, again, those analytics prove that we are reaching those folks, not just in our area, but beyond. And I would say that with the website as well. Professional photos being updated every so often. This was a year that we've hired some of those photographers to do that work for us. The Heritage Hill brochures, that and other publications, of course, comes out of our marketing budget. Our welcome packets, just gave out 3 today to Baumgars officials, so that's just one aspect. When the hospital is looking to hire a doctor or a position like that from somebody who is coming in from out of town, we have those available to them. We've talked about working with the city on how we can coordinate people that sign up for water services or that you are aware that are new to Red Oak, that we can kind of connect with them as well. They can, stop down or we'll get information to them, so. Future projects, we're still working on, finding someone to work with, drone footage. To also put on our website and to utilize for marketing efforts and, presentations and such. We are currently looking at, what it's gonna look like to have, a drop down for our members to be able to post job openings. We get a lot of our members that want that in the communicator, and we're happy to help with that, but if there was one location that they could go to and look those up, we feel that that would be valuable to, not just our members, but the area. Looking at selling the Red Oak clothing line, it's the city's logo, but I know that that's something you don't want to get into as far as selling clothing, so having that available and just having different options, but then ordering through van brands, but it would be with the new, marketing logo. I think we do have people that come in that they're looking for not the Red Oak tiger wear. They want something that says Red Oak, so. Other than that, attending tourism conferences when that, is appropriate or when that time allows, that hasn't for a while. So I guess I would just ask if you had any questions over the report or anything that we have done this past year, 2 years.
I think the chamber's done a great job. I know last year was busy for you with Red Bright and Junction Days and everything, but kudos to you because that's a big job. So we appreciate it.
Thank you. It took all of us, but
And I want to add too, I really appreciate your willingness to look at things and make changes to things and develop things as you go along, because I've seen things change a lot with our, Junction Days and some of the other events that we do, and I really appreciate you being willing to look at things and, hopefully make them better.
thank you. Well, that's the goal. I mean, it isn't our event. I mean, it's our event, but it's not how we want it. We want that input, whether, it's city council, whether you're a visitor here, whether you're a resident. We want that input. Can we do everything? No. Can we afford everything? No. So, but we want to make it enjoyable for everybody. Nothing makes me happier and warms my heart than walking around an event and watching people participate and having a good time. And Junction Days is one of those events where we get to see that a lot, but we do other things throughout the year, like our Leadership Red Oak program, and I believe most of you have gone through that program. And watching the participants in Leadership Red Oak, how they react on the tours and the information that they're learning, whether it's a city presentation that they're hearing for the first time or they're touring, the greenhouse. I just love that, to watch people learn and we're a part of that.
I think also with the chamber's investment in the building trades this year has been very important. And we hope that that's a successful program for the chamber as well as others that are involved. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. And I know this was kind of geared more marketing, but yes, as far as that goes, I sit on a lot of different committees, different boards, and building trades is one of them. Yeah, we're just about there to start marketing that home. It's got a few little things on a punch list that we gotta clean up, and then you'll be hearing more about that and seeing that information out there. But yeah, I mean, we touch a lot of things. We are the marketing organization in Red Oak, but our hands are in a lot of different things, and we have a seat at a lot of different tables, as we should and we need to, so that we can be a part of that collaboration. And that's what it's all about, working together.
So Sharon brought up another question for me. So with the building trades program you have going on now, I haven't been involved with any of the chamber conversations, but are you planning on continuing that into the future, or just until that those fundings are spent?
So the plan actually, Brian, was to, build one more home this year. And that was gonna be on the Bancroft lots, that come available. However, SWIC is the partner that hires the instructor. And they had two, that were interested. One, I believe, is still interested, but the timing wasn't right. So there will not be building trades classes offered this school year. But they are committed to pursuing that for next year and already have a plan in place that come November, December, they're gonna push to get an instructor hired. And I mean, we have a house plan picked out, obviously the lot is picked out, so a lot of work has been done. There's talk about whether or not to have a class this next spring where they can sit down and learn about making those choices for a home and, you know, getting that experience from literally ground zero. So, but I don't know if that's gonna work out or not. That was just a conversation.
I didn't realize they lost their instructor.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't realize.
But yes, we want to do one more house and with obviously, the Lakin Foundation funds, becoming available in another year and a half or so. We're hoping that that program can maybe fit into there, so.
And continue with the building trades. Great, thank you.
Yeah, it's a wonderful program.
It is,
for-
it is.
For the school, for
For
the
the
college
community.
and for our community, absolutely, and we were proud to be a part of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Any
Elaine.
questions or anything, my door is always open, and, any suggestions for the new addition, please reach out. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Number 10, consent agenda. That includes the approval of the minutes from the city council meeting on August 18th of 2025. The receipt of the minutes for the planning and zoning commission meeting on 8/18/25. And the September 2nd claims to be paid with the addition of those that were handed out tonight that were highlighted. So thank you, Lisa and staff for doing that. For the total of $113,051.05.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Lester,
Second.
Bills. Roll call.
Right off.
Yes.
Lester? Yes.
Hebring,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
All right, so now we get to open and close 14 different public hearings for the proposed sales of city properties. Each hearing will be held separately and is in the following order. First one is public hearing for the original plat, lots 5 and 6, block 6 block 62 in the city of Red Oak, Montgomery County, Iowa, parcel number 600628336001000, commonly known as 210 North 5th Street, proposed to sell to Brian Hunt for $1,000. Go ahead and open and close this meeting.
Opening.
I'm opening and I'm closing unless anyone. All right,
Did you ask if there's any?
is there any public comments for this particular property? Anything online? Okay. Right, so I opened it at 5:54. I'm closing it at 5:54. All right, number 2, public hearing for Shanks Edition, lot 19, block 4 in the city of Red Oak, Montgomery County, Iowa, parcel number 600628354001000, commonly known as 300 East Market Street. Proposed to sell to David Brandon for $1,845. I would open this public hearing of property 300 East Market at 5:54. Do we have any public comments? Anything online? No. Right, with that, I'm gonna close this public hearing also at 5:55. Right, number 3, public hearing for Southern Edition lots 43 and 44 in the city of Red Oak, Montgomery County, Iowa. Parcel number 600628357005000, commonly known as 110 South 3rd Street. Proposed to sell to Danny Archer Senior for $500.50. I would open the public hearing for 110 South 3rd Street at 5:55. Do we have any public comments? Any online?
No.
Okay. With none being shared, I would close this public hearing at 5:55. Number 4 is a public hearing for Sold Together with number 5 below. So there's another one. This is Western Edition lots 4, 5, and 6. LT, should that be lot 13 in the city of Red Oak, Montgomery County, Iowa. Parcel numbers 600-629-40-700-1000, commonly known as 108 C Street, and proposed to sell to M. Thomas and Abigail Ship, both for $2,500. This is a combined price with this number 5.
By the way, I think if you just say the address, it's probably good.
Is that all I need to
Say
do?
Legal on the parcel.
Okay. That's fine. I still have to do these separately though. So
Yeah,
this is the
same.
combined amount.
It's just the $2,500 is for number 4 and number 5.
Yes. Okay, nobody, no comments, all right. The number, and so I open this one at 5:56. Close it at 5:57. Number 5 is the public hearing, again sold together with number 4 above. This one is commonly known as a vacant lot to the south of 108 C Street. Again, proposed to sell to M. Thomas and Abigail Ship, both for $2,500 combined, which we just heard from above. Do I have any public comments? At 5:57. None being heard, I would close it at 5:57. Number 6, public hearing for Railroad Edition West 54, Lot 1, Block 4, and Western Edition Lot 8, Block 10, all south of CRK in the city of Red
Say
Oak.
the address.
You know, it's hard for me to figure out where I'm reading at.
I'm just reading the under part.
So this was for public hearing for 407 First Avenue. This is proposed to sell to Patty and Adam Orr for $502. Public hearing is open at 5:58. Do I have any comments online? Nope. That being said, I would close this public hearing at 5:58. Number 7 is a public hearing for property commonly known as 111 Second Avenue, proposed to sell to Bill and Sherry Borlon and B&B Rentals for $3,000. Open this at 5:58. And with no comments, I would close it at 5:58. Number 8, public hearing for, this is again sold together with the next property, 107 4th Avenue to Devin and Robin Smith for $1,500. Again, along with the next one in a moment. Would open at 5:59. No public comments.
Yeah.
I would close then at 5:59. Number 9 is public hearing for sold together with 109 4th Avenue, again proposed to sell to Devin and Robin Smith for $1,500. 5:59. Any public hearings, comments on this one?
No.
Okay, we would close this one at 5:59. Number 10, public hearing for 1818 East Knuckles Street. This is an address that's been shared many, many times over the past years. Proposed to sell to Jim Grove for $3,150. No public comments. Set open at 6 o'clock. I'm closing at 6 o'clock. Number 11 is public hearing for commonly known lot of 204 North Fourth Street, proposed to sell to Danny Archer for again $500.50. I would open at 6 o'clock. Any public comments? None being heard, I would close again at 6 o'clock. Number 12 is the public hearing for commonly known property of 911 North Second Street, proposed to sell to Blake Swain for $3,000. Open the public hearing at 6 p.m. Any public comments? None being heard, close at 6:01. Number 13, public hearing for commonly known property of 305 East Market Street, proposed to sell to Roxanne Paez for $5,017. Is that accurate?
Mhm.
Okay. Open the public comment or open public meeting at 6:01. No public comments. Okay, closed at 6:01. We've never done this before. Number 14, public hearing for commonly known property at 405 4th Avenue. Proposed to sell to Casey Lucart for $1,000. Opening the public hearing at 6:01. Any public comments? None being heard, close at 6:01. All right. Now we're going to move into number 12. This is resolution 2025-117. This is the approval of a revised job description for the nuisance and animal control officer position. It is basically removing any of the yard and landscaping, mowing, snow removal, those types of things for the properties the city owns, and any that we would be doing because they have not met with our standards, and we've submitted documents on their door. So basically, this is focused on more of the in-office nuisance and animal control issues, and with a starting wage between 27 and 20, or 26 and $27 an hour. Any comments or a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Right off
Second.
and Bradley.
So have we had any inquiries at all, or anybody even shown any interest?
I mean, there's people that stop in, but I've said we weren't ready.
No, I understand, so there are people showing
Yes.
some interest in it.
Yeah.
If you're
I wouldn't say
qualified.
that. I would say no.
I've had one, but we haven't advertised, so.
I have not met with anyone. Because to me, it wasn't.
No, I understand, we haven't advertised or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wondered if somebody had expressed some interest.
People stop into the office. I don't have any formal conversations because I said we're talking about it. We have staff doing it and we don't know for sure what the job's gonna look like, so. In my opinion, yes is the official answer, but to say anything other than yes, people have stopped in and I'll let you know, why.
That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I don't know that that means they're qualified.
I understand.
Okay. Roll call. Roll call for number 12.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
right off.
Yes.
Number 13, resolution 2025-118. This is the approval to create and hire for a new full-time cemetery maintenance employee, which shares the duties with the nuisance abatement and the city-owned property maintenance. I think we're gonna open this internally first to see if we have interest internally. It looks like the pay will be $21 an hour, and if not, then we'll open it up to advertise. Both of these are open to advertising then upon approval of this resolution.
I just wanted to be clear on this one that we'll look first internally as we do have some people who've been part-time and instead of delaying that process. We prefer to just do it internally first, if the council's okay with that, and then if no one is hired by Brad and myself, then we would carry on to the
I think
outside.
we should always look inside first, if we can.
Take a motion to
I'll
approve.
make that motion.
Lester,
I'll second
Pete Brink. Roll call.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes,
right off,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Resolution number 14, this is resolution 2024-103. This is to the approve the sale of the city lot,
No, again, just say the address.
just the address, okay, known as 210 North Fifth Street to Brian Hunt for $1,000. And I do need a motion and a second.
Motion to approve.
Bradley,
I'll second
Kate Brink. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
yes,
right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Number 15, resolution 2025-0104, approve the sale of city lot known as 300 East Market Street to David Brandon for $1,845.
I move to approve.
Lester,
I'll second
Kate Brink. Discussion? Roll call.
Bill,
yes,
right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yes.
Number 16 is resolution 2025-105 to approve the sale of the city lot, also known as 110 South Third Street to Danny Archer Senior for $500.50.
so moved,
Bills,
Second.
Bradley, further discussion? Roll call.
Right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill.
yes,
Number 17 is resolution 2025-106 to approve the city sale lot or to approve the sale of city lot known as 108 C Street to M. Thomas and Abigail Ship for $2,500 combined total price with the following resolution. The adjoining lot,
Move to approve.
right off,
Second.
and heat brink. Discussion. Roll call.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
yes,
right off.
Yes.
Number 18 is resolution 2025-107, approve the sale of city lot, also known as vacant lot to the south of 108 C Street to M. Thomas and Abigail Ship, both for $2,500, a combined total price with 108 C Street.
Motion to approve.
Bradley,
I'll second.
Lester, further discussion? Roll call.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
yes,
right off,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Number 19, resolution 2025-108 to approve the sale of city lot, also known as 407 First Street Avenue to Patty and Adam Orr for $502.
so moved,
Bills,
Second.
Heat Brink, discussion, roll call.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
yes,
right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Number 20 is resolution 2025-109 to approve the sale of city lot, also known as 111 Second Avenue to Bill and Sherry Borland and B&B Rentals for $3,000.
Move to approve.
Lester,
Second.
Heat Brink, discussion, roll call.
Bill,
yes,
right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-110 to approve the sale of city lot known as 107 Fourth Avenue to Devin and Robin Smith for a total combined price of $1,500 in combination with 109 Fourth Avenue.
Move to approve.
Heat Brink
Second.
and Bradley. Further discussion? Roll call.
Right off,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill.
yes,
Number 22 is resolution 2025-111 approval of the sale of city lot, also known as 109 4th Avenue to Devon and Robin Smith for $1,500 combined with 107 4th Avenue.
Motion to approve.
Bradley,
Second.
Bills? Further discussion? Roll call.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Braille.
Yes.
Number 23 is resolution 2025-111. Approval of the sale of city lot, commonly known as 818 East Knuckle Street to Jim Grove for $3,150.
Move.
Bills?
Second.
Hebrink. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Braille,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Number 24, resolution 2025-113. Approve sale of city lot, also known as 204 North 4th Street to Danny Archer for $500.50.
To approve.
Right off.
I'll second.
Lester,
Whatever.
further discussion? Roll call.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Braille,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink.
Yes.
Number 25 is resolution 2025-114. Approval of sale of city lot known as 911 North 2nd Street to Blake Swain for $3,000.
Move to approve.
Hebrink,
Second. Right on.
right off. Further discussion? Roll call.
Bill,
Yes.
Braille,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yes.
Number 26 is resolution 2025-115. Approve sale of city lot known as 305 East Market Street to Roxanne Payez for $5,017.
So move.
Bills,
Second.
right off. Further discussion? Roll call.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Braille,
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
And last and final one, resolution 2025-116. Approval of the sale of city lot known as 405 4th Avenue to Casey Lockhart for $1,000.
Move to approve.
Bradley,
Second.
Kate Brink, further discussion? Roll call.
Bill,
Yes.
Braille,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley.
Yes.
Hopefully we don't have that many again, anytime, all at once.
I'm glad we got thrown that fast.
That was, yeah, happily disposing of them for a total of $23,515, so,
Better than a buck a piece.
yeah. I
Yeah,
do.
that-
Better than buck a
That
piece.
is.
And I'm really hoping that something good happens with all this, you know, we're, especially if people put some reasonable investment into it, let's hope anyway.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Number 28 is ordinance 2025-12. Additional stop sign. This is our third and final reading. This includes Coolbaugh and Highland Streets, which is adding southbound on Highland and eastbound on 2 for a 4-way stop. And then Miller and Reed Streets, which is adding a 1 southbound on Miller. Third and final reading.
I move to approve.
Lester,
I'll second.
Bradley. Roll call.
Braille,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Hebrink,
Yes.
Bradley,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Okay, and number 29 is discussion on possible ordinance regulating the limit on rummage and garage sales. And I am in agreement with Lisa that we have some individuals that basically have a year-long rummage sale. This would put some teeth to it. So she gave us 3 examples of 3 other communities. Dubuque, I can't remember what they all were,
Bettendorf.
Dubuque, Bettendorf, and yeah,
You know, there's another.
of what they
thing
do.
That we need to address too. There's people putting their items on the curb. And we need to limit the time that they can stay on the curb because I've seen couches sit on the curb for
Exactly,
2 weeks.
yeah.
Well, that's fine. If it's at the curb, it's garbage and we can address that under the code. That you put it out there, but the problem if it's in their yard is, like, I got calls, so like, as I'm reading through the code book, like, I guess I could say you have a nuisance junk in your front yard with your 7 tables of stuff. I went to one of the houses myself and like, it was an unattended rummage sale, no money box, no nothing, and it had been out for 3 weeks. So when I look at what is it that I'm gonna say you're in violation of? Like, I can say this probably isn't wise, you have your stuff out here, it's been out in the rain for 3 weeks and the heat and everything else, but you don't really have any teeth to make it an issue, and this is probably my 4th city that I've had to do this, cause there's one in every town that likes to just leave their stuff out all the time, and then this is kind of what it comes to is, do you wanna say, you know, some cities will go as far as saying you have to come and get a permit. I don't think that's probably a good idea, but at least we would.
But how do you police it?
I know.
I mean, that's a problem, so if you have
Well,
a
you
garage
can-
sale, I'm gonna have to say, oh, by the way, I think Lisa has a garage sale, so that's day number 1, but if I don't do that. It could be 10 days before anybody ever knows that the garage sale's been going on for 10 days.
Right.
I mean, I
think-
don't know how you police it, I think it's it is an issue.
Well, but the point is, when I get a call, all I have to do then, even if I don't have evidence that shows it from earlier, from a neighbor, whatever. Like, as soon as I see it in 4 days, I can say it's gone. Cause I've known about the one that happened this summer, that was weeks and weeks. So at least I could have put an end to it on the 4th day.
Yeah, so we're pretty much saying neighbors will police it.
They'll at least tell us and then we'll be able to.
That's a lot of what codes are is policing
Yeah.
neighbors.
People asking what.
So basically what Lisa's asking is for what we would like to have in an ordinance, in the ordinance that we will hopefully get approved through our recodification later on this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to snow plowing, so.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's worth paying money to put an ad in the paper separately, but we could do it under the recodification.
So what type of time frame do you all think would be good? And would you look at days or a number of days, a number of times through the year and hours that would be?
You've got more experience with this than us. What's it look like in your mind?
Exactly what those samples say.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Nobody needs to be there more than, I mean, if you give people 4 days, then that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Most people don't have 4-day rummage sales, but at least if you're
3.
gangbusters and you
days.
wanna stay out there for all 4 days, then we didn't say
Yeah.
you can't.
They just leave it out, it's covered, and don't have people covered, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you wanna do in your 4 days, you can do, but after 4 days, get out of it.
And so
I
if
thought-
they violate that, then what?
Be a municipal infraction. If you refuse to clean it up, then we can, just like if you have garbage in your yard.
I don't know if I'm so concerned about policing how many they have per year, but I think there definitely needs to be a limit on how long.
But the
stuff-
problem is that then one started on Thursday and it ended on Sunday, and then their next one starts on Monday. That's why you have to say that.
Well, and don't we have a citywide garage sale?
Or, yes, we do. Correct.
But you're not gonna say you can only have it then,
Right.
you know, because if you're
That,
available.
so if we were to say 3 and they have one on there, I mean, does that count as one of those 3?
I don't think you're gonna be able to police it.
I wonder
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
too.
saying.
And then, and then what about the people that do a real garage sale where everything's in their garage? You know, like, I don't know.
There is a difference between a garage sale and a yard sale.
I-
Yard sale's sitting out. Garage sales, they can be confined.
Mhm.
so we have to differentiate between the two.
Technicality.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting at. I mean, yard sale, if it's sitting out in the yard and it's getting rained on and it's then has tarps over it. It's been sitting there for 4
I think the
weeks.
key is that, you know, I've been here a year, we had one complaint. But there's nothing we can do about it. So we either have to have a code that most of the time you're not worried about enforcing because nobody's violating the rule, or you have to have something that says, I can enforce it based on this
I
code.
think it's moved to the backyard, by the way.
and so that, so stuff sitting out for extended periods would be covered by our current.
Can't they just consider, why can't they just say state sale?
I mean, I just think that if,
I'm thinking about
things set out in the yard, other than your garage, for a number of days, that should be enforced as a nuisance. To me, because getting rained on and everything else, it's just like sitting your stuff on the curb, you know, to me, I don't know. But there's some people who live that way though. You just have stuff sitting.
This is clearly defining that you're inviting people to your house to buy your stuff.
Mhm.
If it is just your crap, we're gonna deal with it.
Nuisance code.
The nuisance. This is, my crap is valuable enough to come and sell to other people, and we're inviting you to come, and they have signs out, and it's
So-
on tables, you know,
So if we
junk
do-
people don't have their stuff on tables.
If we do 3 consecutive days, we can't control that they, unless we limit the number of times they do it a year, they can do 3 consecutive days the next week. Right,
That's why I think you have to, you know, it's not easy to police, but when you need to police it, you can. Because I can say you had your 4 days, and then if they go the next weekend, they've had their 4 days, and then they go the next weekend, and they've had their 4 days, now you're done. Now I can write you a citation if you refuse to clean it up. 99% of the people that are having rummage sales are never gonna have a conversation with us about it. It's the people who did what they did. That 2 neighbors complained about.
I understand everything that's being said, so in my mind, all of a sudden it popped up, this guy that just kind of does that as a hobby, has garage sales all the time, he doesn't violate, he doesn't disturb his neighbors, but, you know, he might want to do it
Somebody
a
did
dozen
talk to
times a
them.
year.
It's, yeah, because it's a revenue generator.
Right,
But are you saying that's okay?
I'm questioning that, do we really think that that's worth shutting that down? I mean, I don't know that that's,
Cause the other person, brought up 4th Street, I believe,
Mhm.
as a person that sells bicycles all the time.
well, to me, that's a little different thing. That's a home-based business. And he advertises publicly, and it's a home-based business.
He does.
So I would think you'd have to have a business license to do that.
But we don't issue
We
business
don't have
licenses,
this license.
remember?
I do. But that's a home-based business. That's not a yard sale.
Right, well, we have to look at it though, you have to, again, when we look at it, you have to say, like, what does that code say? I don't know. Or you can just say, we're not gonna do anything, and then when people call, we're gonna say, sorry, we don't regulate those, and people can leave their stuff out for 3 weeks, and they can be rained on tables, and. So that's the balance, like, it's hard, but
well,
I'd like
People
to
do
see us do
complain about it.
something, because I feel like otherwise it's just
I
contributing to
just
the
think it's-
nuisances.
I don't know. I understand it, but I think we're just nitpicking almost.
It's hard to pass ordinances that you know you can't enforce.
I know.
And,
but you
and
can enforce it for a person that's chronic.
Mhm.
The people that did this had it out for 3 weeks. I would have been able to say, you have now had more than 4 days and 3 weekends. You can have your 3-4 day chunks, and now it's over. Cause you can really get 12 days. So once you get to 3 weeks, you had your 12 days. So for those of you that were part of the, you know where it was, like, if you're okay with that. Then that's what we'll tell people, like, it's okay, but when people call and say, how can this be okay? Right now, I have to say, I guess technically it is. So do you wanna live by that? That's the thing.
And we've only had 1 complaint, or how many complaints have we had?
You've had 3 complaints about the same property.
The same property, so, but other than that, we've not had any. That you
I don't know, I mean,
that you've been
not
here.
that I've been here, but not since I've.
And it could
not
happen
happens.
to any of us, it could be right next
Yeah.
door, if you live in town, it could happen to any of us, but. I don't have an answer, but that just seems.
Again, all I can say from practice in other communities is 99.99% of the people that have normal rummage sales are never gonna care, and you don't need to enforce it upon them. Because nobody else puts their stuff out for 3 weeks. So in your town of 2,700 households, you have 1, and you could have enforced it on that person. And you're not trying to enforce it on other people who have normal, put it out for a weekend, take the rest to the church or Goodwill.
so, you know, so that said, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having some kind of ordinance of, you know, concerning that situation, but at the same time, I really don't want to hamstring people from just going about their business and doing their normal thing, you know,
No.
that are not violating.
The definition is what is normal.
Well, the question is, do we have to put garage or rummage sale? We're talking about stuff in the yard.
No, I mean,
That comes down to a nuisance, a garbage nuisance in the yard.
But remember, when we go to court, like, one of the things that we've been dealing with all of us working now is. We have to go to court to determine that that's your stuff. like that you think is valuable. We can't just go up and scoop people's stuff because they argue that it's not junk. So I think someone's gonna argue to a judge that their junk is not stuff for sale. There is a difference between just having crap in your yard that's not valuable
Well-
or it being sold as somebody's.
So let's say they're out there, they have their tables out, then they have tarps over it. And we have a storm and that stuff blows into the neighbor's yard. Do we have the right to go there and take that, remove all their stuff?
Well, if it blew into the neighbor's yard, now it's on the neighbor's property, so I would say they could get rid of it most likely, but still you. Kind of get into a quirky circle.
Yeah, because they just become moving objects then.
I believe that with only one circumstance, that complaint that we should table this and. I don't think that we need an ordinance to change it.
I don't think, this isn't for action anyway, it's just for discussion.
It's just discussion.
But are you okay with us saying people, sorry, they get to do what they want then? Cause it just happened.
Well, I think if it becomes a nuisance, we need to do that, and if the neighbors complain. Then we need to address it, but if you've had one, I can see if you have many.
Is there a way of, in our nuisance code, identifying the situation for an extended period of time that makes it a nuisance?
Well, you're still doing the same thing, so you
Yeah.
either do it or you don't, because of, like. I guess what I'm trying to say is a rummage sale, putting your stuff up for sale is not junk.
Yeah.
It's not garbage bags, it's not a rotten old couch, it's not a dilapidated car, it's not piles of wood. Like, that's not what is on the rummage sale tables.
Unless it surpasses a number of days. That's what I'm saying. It'd be easier in my mind to do that and add.
But it's the
those
same
two
thing.
things. I know it is.
You either have to be okay with it, like, it's okay to not regulate this, but then I have to be able to say to these people who are calling. And there's people in this room that, like, no,
So I have lived in communities where if you have a yard sale or garage sale, you have to put your stuff away at night. You can't leave it out. I have lived in communities like that, so. That's, I would say that's probably the other extreme, but personally, if I have things that I think are valuable, I wanna leave them sitting out all. Anyway, so.
I do think rummage sale people kind of risk it for the biscuit and leave their stuff out overnight.
Maybe in hopes that some of it will disappear.
That's when you put free.
Again, it's just a challenge of, just like when we get nuisance calls, people look to us like, how can this be okay?
Yeah.
And right now I have to say, I guess technically it is okay. So you can think about it. It doesn't have to be decided today, but I'd maybe encourage you to talk to some of the neighbors who had to live with that, because even if it's only
I
one,
saw it,
It's a,
Well, it was obvious.
yeah, it was there for.
and it's
In a
moved,
highly traveled road.
and it's moved to the backyard.
right, and the only reason is because I went
I
there and
figured
left a
somebody went
sticky note
there.
on the door to call me, and they never called me, but the next day, scattered.
And see that.
Because that brings into question though, the whole point, I think, to bring this even to our attention for potential action. Is at what point do we say this isn't okay anymore? Because if she wouldn't have gone after 3 weeks, they could still be sitting there 6 weeks later. And again, at what point do you say this is no longer okay?
I
And
understand
I think
that.
you have to do that for a neighborhood because it's just not good. It looks like they've just got junk in their yard at that
So they
point.
moved it to the backyard, so what does that mean?
That means that I waited to come here because I didn't go back, and they never called. But my concern would have been, as I was discussing with them, if they had called me back, like, what am I saying? Your neighbors don't like that your stuff is out, but technically it's okay. I would just come up though.
I feel we should define it.
So the scenario on, to your point on in the fenced yard. So there's curtilage comes into play, so everything fenced up is your private property. So the scenario of getting eyes on some of the stuff that's in these backyards is a little tougher. But we've reached out then and asked Bree for an opinion towards it. So you have to be real careful once you get to that backyard. Now, we've got a chain link fence gate there on this
Right.
particular, so you can have eyes, from public property. But as far as any of the wooden fenced area, like I said, curtilage comes into play, and that's from ground to heaven.
Well, and once it moves to the backyard, how is that considered a rummage sale anymore? To me, that's just putting your junk in the backyard. I know, so I say just define it under the nuisances. Allow them, allow anybody to put out for garage sales or yard sales or whatever. For a period of time, the 3 days and from this time to this time, and they can do it this many times. A year.
Do we have any ordinances concerning garage sales?
No, that's what I'm saying.
So I thought at one time we had one, if you had signs out, you had to go pick them back up, but maybe that was just an.
That's just signs. That's just a sign.
Well, that's,
sign
what I mean, but
ordinance.
that concerns garage.
Right, but if you put the sign on your property, then what's the difference? I think that's intended to be like, you know, you put it out on Broadway to come to
Well, and that happens.
those you have to move.
Yeah, those got big.
But this is just,
They nail them up to, telephone poles and stick them out.
yeah, that's not done.
I think it's worth bringing up again, personally.
I'd like to see it, I'd like to see something, an actual draft of it, yeah, that'd be.
Well, literally the cities that it says, that's all it says.
That's what it says.
It just says,
Okay,
Yeah.
3
you
days,
define a
Okay.
rummage sale.
and they have
garage.
hours of it.
Is there anywhere closer that does
I don't
that?
know, I think it's overkill.
I'd like to see us get a nuisance officer hired, I'd like to see that
And then
happen.
maybe see
Yeah.
what
But
happens.
again, there has to come a point where it becomes a nuisance.
I
You can't sit
understand.
there for 3 months and say, my rummage sale,
No.
like, that just doesn't work.
Tim, so would it be different if, it was in a garage compared to being out in the yard?
Well,
every day?
of course it would be,
Yeah,
because
'cause
you
then you
close the
shut the door.
garage,
Yeah,
when nobody
and
cares.
that's
at that
where,
point. It's
that's
not
where we
gonna
have,
get
a-
your
that's
yard
where,
tarred.
that's where I'm
Yard
tugged at,
sale.
because it's, when we talk about garage sale, you can close that garage door and not see, but if it's a yard sale, and it's.
Well, I get it, you don't wanna
It's a
reset it
whole
up.
Different deal.
If you've got, say, 3 or 4 days that you wanna run this rummage on your front yard, and it might rain, you tarp it, I
Yeah.
get that. But after
Nah.
3 weeks,
Yeah, oh, I know, I'm with you.
question that at that point.
Yeah.
Well, and you
But
could
there-
say
there's
like
gotta
if
be a
in a
limit.
garage that gets closed up every night, that it's.
Most people that do
allowed.
that, if they do consecutive, they'll have it in tables out, like in their driveway, and they'll put the tables back in the garage, shut it overnight, and
Right.
they just haul the tables back.
So I mean, I think we gotta look at the wording on this too.
I
I do
I don't
realize
think
that.
it's as simple as this, but
I don't
there's,
either.
there's gotta be some kind of
There's gotta be an
point where
answer.
a line gets crossed.
Yep.
Otherwise, it'll just happen
Well,
again.
I start me out.
We should
Yeah, I can see some people.
more. I mean, I agree with.
Well,
you.
we'll go back to the guy with his bikes.
But I
Right
don't
now.
think we're ready to do it right now.
Okay, all right, let's go ahead and move on then. Number 30 is discussion on the city replacement for the SWIPCO RPA 13 committee. I was the chair of the RPA policy committee. There's also an RPA technical committee. We meet together at the same time. And we just have the policy meeting. I run the meeting. Then I ask for the technical committee to vote. And I did ask Tammy, DeBoard, and she said we could appoint Lisa for now, but then wait to make an appointment until after the election. So that would be my recommendation if we do something. I think
Time commitment.
it's important for Red Oak to continue to have a seat at the table there. What's the time commitment?
Yeah, what, I mean, is that gonna be something that's gonna detract from what she's already got going?
I don't, not.
Well, I mean, you've got a lot on your plate.
It's an hour a couple times between now and December, probably. We've approved
In
the
Atlanta.
tips and all this. No, it's virtual.
Oh.
It's all virtual. And they last literally like 15 minutes maximum. So I would say
But
as city
it's not a
administrator, I should do
action, So
that.
if you
Yeah,
want me to put it on for myself, that's.
I guess we can see what John says, but that would be my suggestion for now. And then after the election, decide, because they also want to make sure they have the appropriate number of mayors, appropriate number of city administrators, county engineers, elected officials in the county. So that's why it'll be up to them.
We definitely need representation on that committee, for sure.
All right, number 31 is upcoming city council meeting will be Monday, September 15th, and then also October 6th. Number 32, reports committee, or reports and comments, city administrator report.
I will, obviously just been working on these sales, so we'll hopefully get Bree the list of deeds to prepare and get those closed, so we can get those off of our maintenance list, which will be good for the staff.
Brownfields.
brownfields, hopefully I have a template now for the RFQ, so hopefully we'll get that going soon to be able to hire a firm to help us.
And the conference you thought was really incredibly boring.
Yes. Just not helpful this early in the meeting, yes.
Yeah.
Reminder, next week I'll be 3 days in the office by myself. All 4 staff members are going into training for Cassell. A lot of cities will send like 2 and 2, but with everything that everybody needs to learn, everybody's going. So the office staff will be going Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'll be there, taking care of business. And then the week after that, remember those of us that are going to the league conference, that'll be the week after that.
What are those dates again?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think 17, 18, 19,
For the,
League of Cities,
right?
Two half days, Friday.
It-
2 nights, right?
Tuesday, I have to be there Tuesday, so.
So we'll just have to decide who's
Tuesday
driving with who and what.
They usually end Friday at like noon.
And we'll have a meeting that week before we leave. I think that's all I have.
And then you did get the Empower Rural Iowa Housing Grant submitted in the midst of trying to get packed to move. So I know that was massive double duty for you. So thank you for your hard work on that. I think you put together really good application.
It was good.
So I have a lot of really,
It's good for others to read it and see exactly if you care to read and get more details of what it was about.
but it also shows how important all those preliminary planning documents are that we've been doing. So all these years of planning do pay off, so.
Mhm.
So excellent, and you're all moved and
I am
good
moving,
deal,
new location.
all right, good deal. Under my report, this will be my last Mayor's Association annual meeting on Tuesday. So I have to be there Tuesday for luncheon, business luncheon. And then I thought they had some activities Tuesday evening, so you may need to look at the agenda there on that.
Is that in Des Moines?
It's in Des Moines. And then the league conference follows that. So both my seats are open. I did make a recommendation for Roger McQueen to take my position for Southwest Iowa, on the Mayor's Association. So I think he will probably be the person appointed to that position after September. And then as far as board positions, I just filled a 2-year term, so I'm not sure who they're gonna put in that position, so. I think that's all I have. Number C is city council. Adam, do you want to start?
Yeah, I did some social things and, that's about it.
Good, you were out and about. Janice?
I have a couple things here. I went out to the antique airport.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. And there were a lot of airplanes out there and they were pretty cool to look at. There was a young lady that got in this little, I don't even know if you would call it an airplane. It was, but someone started the propeller from behind, up top and off she went, there's no anything, it's just, she put a scarf around her neck and helmet off and off she went.
So do you know that she was actually doing her solo flights? She actually wasn't a licensed pilot yet, and she's doing her cross-country soloing in that area.
Pretty awesome, actually. But anyway, but that was one of the interesting stories. Hotel motel, we actually had 8 applications that came in. Our meeting is gonna be September 8th at 7. I sent emails out to everybody that applied to tell them that, so they know that, and that is. So that was pretty nice. I think that's it. I have a couple things for upcoming whenever we get there.
it was also the antique fly-in, continue to have Red Oak area partnership meetings. Also went to a YMCA board meeting, went to a theater board meeting.
Oh, true. Always.
And then I was able to speak with the Kiwanis, and I do want to thank Lisa and especially the mayor for putting together some really good information on the townhomes project, so I was able to talk about that, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They're coming along.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of blows you away to see how many articles that have been
A lot
done
of information.
on those projects over the course of the 4 years here, so pretty cool. I do want to just remind everybody, the antique fly-in was a private event.
Right.
So, as elected officials, we are invited because it's our airport and we're
Right.
hosting them, so it is a private event. Right?
County supervisors meetings as normal, and, of course, they canceled today's.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, because of the holiday.
Yeah.
They just decided to do
Just
everything
did that.
next week, you know, they, instead of, you know, every week, they just went every other week this time. So that, and then, I just want to thank the Red Oak ambassadors for doing the back to school and feeding the teachers. It was a great event. I think you know, not a huge deal, but I think the teachers appreciate it. That's all I have.
Sharon?
Okay, attended the hospital auxiliary board meeting and we donated money to the hospital for their new equipment for the, cafeteria. So if you've not been up there to see it, they have a new salad bar and so it's a great place to go have lunch.
It is.
Very much is.
And then I was on vacation, so it's all.
Okay. Number 33, discussion for upcoming items for the agenda.
I have something and I don't know that it's, but I think we should continue the stop signs. The one especially, I know that Levi brought it up again, and cause it was on the original thing there at 8th and Knuckles and. I think we should get that back on and get that going.
I would agree.
Just needs to be done.
But don't we have to do the?
It's not in the code.
So we have
Like I said,
We have to do
We have to do
ordinance.
three readings.
We have to do the 3 readings.
I mean, is that something where I know we don't do this often, but I would suggest maybe we just waive the second and third readings just to get it done
I mean, you can,
for the
Just
sake
For
of
this one,
time.
because we already approved
We
it.
already approved it.
It's supposed to have been on there already.
when did you, what does that mean? Like, how did you, and then,
We were, well, I shouldn't say it did get approved. It was supposed to be in a list of approved
Yes.
changes for stop signs along with the ones at Coolbaugh and Highland.
Yeah,
It was just missed.
it was on
In-
it originally.
I thought it was too, but somewhere it didn't get in, and so it never actually got approved.
you can always.
So I would suggest
Yeah, change.
adding that to the next meeting that we can waive the second and third readings on that
I
particular.
just always wanna make sure I advertise it that way,
Yeah.
so if you are considering that, then I'll put on there that might.
Mhm.
I think we should just to speed that one along.
I would agree.
And then the other thing, food for thought, someday, I'm thinking back and Georgina's left and so is Billy, but. So this will, when we did that pool. The discussion was we didn't have enough money to do the bathhouse. So the next time we did any kind of. Bonding or whatever, we were gonna address the bathhouse. The bathhouse. Is detrimental to that pool.
It needs, yeah.
It needs help
Serious
desperately.
help.
And as nice as that pool is, I hate to see us never do something about it, so.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
surprised,
know how, that is just a wish list, I don't know how, but
yeah, I'm surprised it hadn't been brought back up yet. I mean, I remember that discussion was when-
Yeah.
about before my time, but
Yeah.
yeah.
and then it just went away and. I asked again and it still went away, so I just think that at some point, I know that pools don't make money. As a rule, but Georgina does such a great job at that pool and the visitors that we have now is unbelievable.
Well, that bathhouse should not look, for the first thing you walk in,
Ugh.
and that's what you see.
Yeah.
Why would you wanna go any further after that?
Mhm.
And we put $2.5
It
million.
does not represent the pool well.
I just am really sorry that we didn't add it to begin with, but we didn't.
So I think we have some ones that are coming. They're gonna be finishing out here over the next 2 years. So we'll have to look.
We'd have to
I
get some
would,
estimates.
I would think we would.
Anyway, that's just food for thought, just
Okay.
sometime.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm done.
Anything else?
No, I'm done.
So I wanted to question that. So we're just talking about upgrading the structure that's there, not building a new building or, you
I
know,
think it was, if I remember right, it was a gut of the.
Just
the
upgrade it.
building, yeah, that we currently have, but it was just gutted basically.
Talking about like new plumbing in it or?
The works,
Possibly.
It would
Yeah.
need the works.
it was the works, but it's my understanding back then, the structural. Building itself was not bad, not who knows now, but everything interior was pretty sad.
seems like you guys had to do some mechanical work or plumbing work or something there just to make it work,
Mhm.
to get by.
If there's other park work, like power to the downtown or cameras and sound system to the square. Maybe that could all be one.
Depends how much.
That was why.
Maybe on the day that you're not doing anything, like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can look into that.
Waiting on customers, taking utility.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're gonna be nuts about staff. I don't even wanna.
I got this.
We should not go in City Hall next week, so,
That's what I got on my
She's got-
question.
yeah, she will be up to her eyeballs in answering phone calls. All right, with that, I would make a motion, well, I'm just gonna adjourn this meeting at 6:45.
Gotta knock your hammer.
Oh.
I'm not used to sliding these chairs back on this floor.
Thank you.
I'm used to sliding them on.